It's like this is not their toy backyard.
Well, today, neighbors are pushing back against a proposal to build hangars for 30 private jets at the Hillsborough Airport. Why they say the expansion could change the area, and why the developer says it is well within city code. And a victim identified following this weekend's shooting under the Tillicum crossing. What we know as police continue to search for a suspect. And a major change could be coming to America's national forests. Why the Trump administration wants to repeal the roadless rule, protecting millions of acres in public land, including here in Oregon. Right now at noon, we are learning the name of the person shot and killed early Saturday morning near the base of the Tillicum Crossing Bridge. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Blair Best. Portland police say the family of 23-year-old Titus Rode of Vancouver shared this photo of him. Take a look. The shooting happened around 2:45 Saturday morning and left 2 others injured. Police say a group of young people was in the area for an impromptu dance party. There's the photo there, under the bridge at the time of the shooting. Police say they found Rode dead at a gas station a mile and a half away. So far, no word on a suspect. Well, piece by piece, the walls of the century-old Centennial Mills building came tumbling down, quite literally. Crews started tearing down the building yesterday morning after the water tower was demolished on Monday. And today, Amtrak says service between Portland and Seattle is expected to resume, with the city saying the initial demolition is nearly complete. KGW live streamed the demolition all day long as crews with a Eugene-based contractor used a high-reach excavator to tear down the building's walls. Crews also sprayed it down with water to avoid dust, debris, and asbestos flying everywhere.
There were a lot of people going in and out of that building, and it was not safe, and it's good to see it come down. You see how much the walls shake. It looks like a good stiff wind would take it down at this point.
Okay, Amtrak says service between Portland and Seattle, again, will resume today, and it's not clear when that section of NATO Parkway or the nearby Fields Park could reopen. We have an update in the Clark County search for a father who allegedly took his infant son without permission. The Amber Alert for the baby has now been canceled after authorities say dad dropped the child off with a family friend. Now, we understand that the baby is okay. Authorities say they are still looking for 37-year-old Raul Martinez. If you see him, call 911. Meanwhile, in Longview, a demolition of sorts is taking place there as well. This one at the site of that deadly chemical tank disaster at a paper mill. The tank rupture at the Nippon Dynawave plant in May released hundreds of thousands of gallons of caustic white liquor, killing 11 workers and injuring several others. Well, now crews are dismantling the tank as the mill prepares to start back up. According to a state permit issued earlier this week, the plant will install 2 temporary bulk liquor storage tanks that will be used for up to 3 months. And each tank will have safety measures in place to contain any spills. And they will be inspected daily. The investigation into the cause of the rupture is still ongoing. All right, drama in the city of Hillsborough. They're getting some pushback from residents, all because of a plan to bring more jets to the local airport. Now, many who live in the flight path are pleading with leaders to put a stop to it. Public testimony pushing the meeting to 1 a.m. And council voted to allow a 120-day extension on the vote. Mo Hyder has this story.
At that city council meeting, several residents here in Hillsborough said they had many concerns like the possibility of more noise as well as air pollution. They also feel the city isn't getting anything out of it. People voiced their opposition at a city council meeting last night, so here's how this would work. The company Sky Harbor wants to build private aircraft hangars to house up to 30 jets on more than 13 acres of leased land at the airport. The Hillsborough Planning Commission, though, gave the proposal the green light earlier this year. Now the city is considering an appeal as some residents feel an expansion isn't necessary.
Hillsborough was made to be a small airport for a reason, but morphing something for big jets that are going to be mostly empty most of the time when they're zooming by, picking up somebody from where Medford, it's like this is not their toy backyard.
As of now, the city does have time to review this appeal. And also, a spokesperson from Sky Harbor was also in attendance at the meeting. He did say their proposal fits within the city's guidelines. In Hillsborough, Mo Hyder, KGW News.
Okay, the vote is now set for October 6th. We'll keep following it. All right, let's step outside, take a live look from our Wells Fargo Skycam this afternoon. And we'll also, guess we're not looking at that Skycam, but we do have Rod Hill, who's live up on the outdoor weather deck. Hey, Rod.
You wanted a Skycam, you got me. Sorry, Blair.
You're way better than a Skycam.
Good afternoon to everybody. It's again beautiful outside. We are up here on the weather deck, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, and already you can tell this is the same weather pattern that we have had this week. The early clouds, now we have the sun. We'll keep the sunshine. Let's give you a sky camera tour, and we'll begin at the coast. You know, the beaches have not had a ton of sun this week, but today they are clearing out. There's partly cloudy skies in Seaside up in Clatsop County. 62 degrees is the number. Partly sunny to mostly sunny down over Marion County, the view of our state capitol at noon, and warming up 74. You folks hit 87 yesterday. You've been warmer than Portland. Salem, your high today, 88. Here is downtown Portland, that Wells Fargo view, and we are just shy of 70 at noon. The hour-by-hour temperature march this afternoon takes us up to 80 degrees at 3 o'clock and gets us up to 84, and that is my forecast high. We've actually made it to 85 the last 2 mornings. But Blair, the only air quality issues that we're watching continue to be over in Central Oregon. Here in the west side, thumbs up, air quality's good. Back to you.
Okay, Rod, thanks so much. Well, new body camera video shows the candid moments sheriff's deputies found a military pilot right after he crashed a fighter jet into the Cascade Mountains. It happened in Yakima County back in June, but the sheriff's office just released this footage. Okay, so a Marine Corps pilot stationed in California was on a training mission. He and another pilot were flying circles in F-18s.
They were just doing their maneuvers that they do kind of on a regular basis, and one just kind of went straight up, and the next thing we know, we didn't really hear a boom or anything, but we didn't really hear it come down, and next thing you know, we're looking out across the lake and trees are on fire and things are on fire. So
I came over that tree line, I hit those trees.
Damn,
And I ejected.
you got to fly higher.
You need to go higher.
My goodness, deputies gathered his equipment, loaded it into a pickup truck, and took the pilot to the hospital for minor injuries. All right, here's a look at some national headlines this afternoon. Just hours before new tariffs on Canadian goods were set to go into effect, President Trump announced a 3-day pause to allow negotiations to continue. New 50% import taxes were set to take effect at midnight, hitting $20 billion worth of Canadian goods, including alcohol, dairy products, even hockey sticks. No further details of the agreement were given, but the president said the cross-border Keystone Pipeline project could be revived as part of the deal. And President Trump is open to a new meeting with North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un. A White House official told NBC News that it would happen at the appropriate time, but no date has been set. Joint military exercises underway between the U.S. and South Korea are being scaled back after the president ordered they be reduced and cited his, quote, very good relationship with Kim Jong-un. And a new vaccine appears to have the revolutionary ability to prevent the recurrence of the deadliest form of skin cancer. Moderna and Merck say it's for people who have had melanoma. The CITE Stage 3 trial results suggesting the vaccine can stop the disease from coming back or spreading. The companies say the vaccine is individualized. It uses the same mRNA technology behind certain coronavirus vaccines.